Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about water systems, fresh water in particular. So the boat, so you know, has two 30-gallon water tanks, one under the port and one under the starboard bunk. The controls for the water, where I'm going to start, are here. They're quite simple. If you're on shore power and you would like hot water, which I can't imagine why you wouldn't, you flip the one that says water heater. Again, red dot, no shore power. If this isn't working, you do not use the water heater. Second one is water pressure right here, and that gives you your pressure on your water so that you can run faucets in the shower and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so now we're going to look at the tanks, and just so we recall, when you walk in, the controls are on the left, or what we call port side, and we'll go down to the galley. Remember, that's the kitchen. Down to the starboard aft cabin right here. I've already opened it up because I can't do that while I'm holding a camera. So basically, when you open it up down here, you'll find a couple of things of note. One is this stick right here that's just laying about here somewhere. So that's just helpful to prop it open. Put it in the hole, makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, this gizmo right here is a water filter that we're going to use to fill up our tanks. Our tank is that white tank right back here. This guy. This guy is the tank. And there's a marker, but that's for other things. I see the water's very low right now, so the tank's going to need filling. Just a couple of things back here, just so you know what they are. This guy right here, that is the water maker. This guy right here is the filter for the water maker. This one here is the sea strainer, and that valve right here, which is open right now, runs through the sea strainer, and that goes directly into the engine area for cooling. Okay, this guy here, valve, is for the water maker. Since we're not using it, we're keeping it closed. Technically, you should close this valve anytime you're not running the engine. Shame on me, I'm a lazy guy. Okay, so here's the deal. When you're filling this water, and this is a 30-gallon tank, you don't want to go, you're going to have two people, or you're going to have to keep walking down here. You don't want to go, you want to keep about an inch from the top. Why? Because there's the way they did this boat, which is really stupid. There's a hole in the top of the tank for ventilation, and if you overfill it, all that water comes forward. So we don't want any extra water on board. Okay, so let's show how we're going to fill this tank. But first, let me show you about the other tank. Once again, moving inside the boat, we're going to talk about the port water tank, freshwater tank. So we'll go down to the port cabin, or the guest cabin, and the tank is located. Oops, I got some water in here. Shame on me. Too much. Oh, I didn't have the window closed. It's all wet. All right, well, anyway, so you open up this guy here, and that is the boat onboard, stays on board water filter. The silver guy here is the hot water tank. Again, behind is the port. It's white tank behind all these hoses. It is a pain. And the same as the other side, you can't overfill it because it'll get water all over the place. And then there's a whole bunch of complex plumbing. That heater is to allow the engine water to pass through. Just leave that on all the time. Okay, but what's important here is, again, when you're filling, you want to not overfill, so you're going to have to watch, make sure you don't go over. Stay about an inch under the top. And right here, so this guy right here is what's really something you need to know. This is how you switch from port tank to starboard tank. Okay, so like that, it is on the port tank. It goes by where this is. And if you're over here, it's drawing from the starboard tank. So basically, when you run out of water from the starboard tank, you come over here and flip it and draw water from the port tank, or vice versa. All right, so to fill our two tanks, in this case, port tank's already full. This is the water. It says water. Okay, for the port tank on the port side, and this one here is for the starboard tank. So first thing we're going to do is hook up our water filter so we have nice fresh water inside the boat. I'm not going to show it, but basically there's only one place to hook up your hose, right there. I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so I hooked it up. Notice it leaks a lot, so we tend to keep it on the outside. Another important thing is there is a cutout, like a cutoff valve right here. You probably want to keep that off until you're ready to go. So then what we'll do is open the hot water valve, the water cover. Stick that baby in there, and there we go. And again, the important thing is keep checking. Someone downstairs can holler, or in this case, I'm going to have to keep going down. So I'll let you know. Okay, so we've just spent some time filling. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, that's plenty full. More than enough. Let's see. Too much. So what do? Quickly let some water out. At the sink. Okay, that's better. Now I'll go ahead and turn off the sink and clean up my mess. And there you go. As you can see, it's much easier with two.